Right. I have turned off the sound on this particular video, so that way we can get some more information out and less feedback from the actual game. Alright, so what we have going on here is we're going to be talking about the AFK mode for the Priest. AFK mode is very, I would say, pretty easy to figure out because you don't need a whole lot of skill slots. Your main two skills is Shadowy Vortex and Holy Shock. That's one of the two main skills you will use. Of course, you need some protection. If you hear my child in the background, apologize. I don't get paid to do this. And I don't feel like making 30 videos. So this is the setup we got going on here. We also have our skill tree here, as you can probably see it being laid out here. You can probably take a couple screenshots here. This will be maxed out to 3. And we will, I think past this point here is kind of using your own judgment on what you like and what you don't like. For Vampire Touch, we don't use it, so it wouldn't make any sense to have it. So we would definitely put skill slots into this particular skill right here, Shadow Ward Death, and then we would throw one into here if it doesn't, to open this up, and then we'll put one into here, and of course we would max out these. So your AFK mode is very self-explanatory. If you have any questions about it, do let me know, but this is your basic AFK mode that does the most damage, and I gained about 50k experience an hour with this particular mode. We will go ahead and swap this over to our healing mode for the dungeon. Alright, so our healing mode is a little bit more complicated, but it still works. This one I have turned off. This is not on auto, but I do have it on just in case if we start to get a little overwhelmed. It's not necessary, but I do have it there as a just in case until our holy slot of Sanctuary buff comes into play. So Sanctuary buff will be added into the equation soon enough, but currently not right now. So our holy tree looks something like this. We of course going to want our barrier. We're going to want our Holy Shock, because you're going to want to do some damage. And that's also something just to get the tree going downward. Smite we don't use because it's just not part of our skill base. So of course we're going to put our skills into these 3 here to get the tree log going. And of course, anything that gives you healing boost is what you want. It's our tree, Holy Fire is very good for defense. Our healing effect, we also have our reduced cast times, we have our healing plus 15, then we have our shield absorption plus 30%. We're going to be upgrading this as well, upgraded this one and that one. We will also be upgrading this, Divine Healing, or Divine Hymns, Light Weaver, and of course you always want to get some extra spell power of Intelligence, so that's also a very good stat. But you're also more than welcome to go ahead and complete this bar once you hit your maximum level. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to max out these guys down here. So that's what you got going on for your healer build for your dungeon. And let's see. Let me just... For my equipment wise, there's not a lot to go through with equipment. You just want to, your end game gear is very important. So I mean, mess around a little bit, have some fun, but when it comes down to it, when you start, like let's say here, our priestess here, you're going to want to refine until you get a mana regen of 5%. Only your miss will be able to gain your 5% mana regen. So we're going to keep doing that until you get mana regen. And so we have MP regen speed of 2.5, so that's a good, that's an upgrade. Intelligence, and then once you get that to 5%, you lock it down and you get some intelligence, some healing. It's just basic stuff that you're going to want to shoot for, but be careful of your cost here. it starts to dwindle. But there are certain items you want to do this with, like your legendaries, that you know you're going to keep. So try not to reforge until you're about level 60 or so. Level 60 is about where you want to start reforging some of that gear you get. Intelligence, get nothing there. 5% MP, there we go, save. And you can tell its maximum is by its red. And that's a skill slot you want to save. And I got some blizzard skill damage and agility, soul ring damage. My daughter's playing with all my hardware. I'm gonna have to clean that up after the video. Alright, so that's some of the things that you want to shoot for when you are refining. You definitely want the MP regen, and that's only on your two missed items. Blizzard skill, armor, nope. And you don't want to really lock down anything until you hit those two, because the cost goes up significantly. Like if I start locking down stuff, now it's 48. Want to lock down, you can only lock down, oh, that's right, you can only lock down 3. But when you start locking down stuff, your cost goes up considerably. So just find what you're looking for and lock that down first. And 5%, we got a 5%, nope. MP speed, we'll take that. It's 2.67. 2.67 we were looking, but we're looking for a 5. But we start off with a 2.7. That's 2.5. And you're just going to keep doing this until you find exactly what you're looking for. And the 5% is one of the most important stats on this piece of equipment. And so that's something you definitely want to go for in all of your characters. The warriors have the rage regen. Your rogue has the AP regen. Everyone's got their special one that you're going to want to hunt for. And you definitely don't want to waste it on having 48, costing the cost rate of 48. So you definitely just want to hold on to that. So we have 2.9 and shadow clone skill, which is nothing, but it's still an upgrade. So now we have 2.5 with an intelligence, 5% rage. That's what you would want if you were a warrior. What was that first one? There's 2.81 energy regen. There we go. Save. Alright. But anyway, that's kind of what you're looking for, is the energy regen, because of course you are a mage, and that's the confirm. So that's kind of what you're looking for when it comes to respeccing, is that you want your energy regen to pop up there. MP regen speed, it's also, you know, it's what you're looking for. And just in case if you have any information questions, I believe it's right up here, the question mark. You can read this confirmation page, but it kind of explains a few things. There's also, I'm sorry, let me just go attributes, and you can kind of see what you're looking for. Your mana is at 1,000, agility, intelligence, and you're scrolling down here, and you can kind of see exactly what you have. Oh boy, that's not starting the video. Don't get paid for this. But anyway, I digress with that. But any hoots, you can have that, and you can also lock and show your profile. But this is basically what we're going to run into. But I, of course, will always have my AFK for farming. And for dungeon build, since she is not my main, it will always be on heal for dungeon mode. And there's currently the event going on for, where's it at? The event is in Shadowfang. Shadowfang gets extra drops. So farm that out until you get that mystical 5% boost to all your characters until they hit level 60, which is very, very useful if you're leveling up multiple characters at once. So I want to say thanks for stopping by, watching the priest build between the AFK and your dungeon build. Alright, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys, just to kind of give you a little idea here, you can get an idea on how your XP efficiency rate goes. Right now, it's going to be adjusting a little bit based on how you're killing, but that tells you the amount of experience you'll be gaining. So I'm usually average about 50k or so when it finally levels out. That's the fastest possible way of leveling up. So we are about 30 seconds in, and it's calculating the kill rate right now at 51k per minute. So this is also a 3 spawn location, which is the best spawn location you are looking for. Outside of that, you're going to go over here with these two guys. And if you haven't watched the other videos, that's why I'm also showing you this. I can't look there, that's lame. But anyway, I'll show you that in another video. But currently, those are the 2 best spots of farming out right now. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. We're currently sitting at 43. That will fluctuate between 40 and 51 K per minute. So that's basically based off their spawn rate. But overall, like, he just got that huge kill amount, and that just jumped back to 44. And so it will fluctuate. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is the Priest build and guide, and I hope you guys have fun.